traffic lights clicking, a cafe sign humming softly. The city lowers down its voice, like it finally has a choice. Blue light gathers on the street, underneath the passing feet. Windows glow then fade away, like small stars ending their day. I sit where the shadows lean, somewhere quiet in between what I lost and what I keep, before the city falls asleep. And the night feels kind when it doesn't ask too much, just a little time and a little human touch. Before the city sleeps, let the piano carry me through the soft and empty streets, back to where my heart can breathe. Before the city sleeps, I let the heavy hours go. In the warm and fading light, I am learning to move slow. Someone laughs across the road, then the silence takes it home. A paper cup, a closing door, nothing feels so loud anymore. I don't need a perfect sign, just this quiet place in time, where the world is almost still and my heart can gently heal. Before the city sleeps, let the piano carry me through the soft and empty streets, back to where my heart can breathe. Before the city sleeps, I let the heavy hours go. In the warm and fading light, I am learning to move slow. Tomorrow waits beyond the glass, but I don't have to hurry past this little piece, this gentle room, this silver evening fading soon. Before the city sleeps, I feel lighter than before, not because the ache is gone, but it doesn't rule me anymore. Before the city sleeps, there is hope in quiet things, a soft note, a slower breath, and the comfort evening brings. The lights grow dim, and I come home within. Soft keys turning in a door lock, a coat sliding from tired shoulders. I didn't know how far I'd gone until the quiet called me home. The evening folds around my hands like someone who can understand. I leave the long day at the door, it doesn't need my body anymore. A piano note begins to fall, soft enough to hold it all. The room is small, the light is low, but something in me starts to slow. I'm not there yet, but I'm closer than before. One breath, one step across the wooden floor. I'm almost home, not a place but a feeling. A little warmth inside my chest, a softer kind of healing. I'm almost home, where the night is kind and slow. I don't have to be so strong, I can finally let go. The city hums behind the glass, but it no longer pulls me back. I make some tea, I close my eyes, and let the silence be alright. No need to know the whole way through, no need to be somebody new. Tonight I only need to be a little more at peace with me. I'm almost home, not a place but a feeling, a little warmth inside my chest, a softer kind of healing. I'm almost home, where the night is kind and slow. I don't have to be so strong, I can finally let go. Maybe home is not a door, maybe it is needing less. A quiet song, a steady breath, a heart returning to itself. I'm almost home, with the piano by my side. Every tired part of me is learning how to rest tonight. I'm almost home, and the dark no longer feels alone. In this gentle evening light, I'm finding my way home. Sparse piano, soft room tone, fading. One slow breath, and I'm almost home. The espresso machines, the windows glow. Steam curls like silver in the dawn. Before the city lifts its voice, before the streets begin to run, there's a quiet cup of darkness waiting for the morning sun. A barista wipes the marble counter, slow jazz hums beneath the air. Every chair still holds a shadow, like a secret resting there. And I have carried too much noise through nights that never seem to end. But here inside this little silence, I can hear myself again. Espresso steam at dawn, rising slow then moving on, like all the weight I used to know, learning how to let me go. Espresso steam at dawn, a bitter heart, a softer song. In this quiet morning light, I begin my life tonight. There's a newspaper folded neatly by a window, dressed in blue. Headlines fade into the background when the room feels kind and true. I take one sip and taste the distance between who I was and who I'll be. Not a promise, not an answer, just a small and steady peace. And maybe healing has no thunder, maybe change is soft and thin, like the breath above the coffee, disappearing into wind. Espresso steam at dawn, rising slow then moving on, like all the weight I used to know, learning how to let me go. Espresso steam at dawn, a bitter heart, a softer song in this quiet morning light. I begin my life tonight. Some mornings do not ask for courage, they only ask you to remain, to warm your hands around the silence and not be frightened by the rain. Some dreams return without a warning, some doors close without a sound. But even in the smallest cafe, lost things sometimes can be found. Espresso steam at dawn, rising slow then moving on, like all the weight I used to know, learning how to let me go. Espresso steam at dawn, a bitter heart, a softer song in this quiet morning light. I begin my life tonight. Let the steam rise, let it fade, let the old night drift away. In this cup of quiet fire, I remember my desire. The counter shines, the windows glow, the first train passes far away, and the coffee warms the soul. Distant elevator bell, soft footsteps in a quiet hallway. I came in from the cold outside, with tired hands and nowhere to hide. The corner table knows my name, a little candle, a little flame. The room is quiet but not bare, there's something gentle in the air. I don't need a crowded place or someone else to fill the space. The piano moves across the room, like light returning to the moon. Maybe being alone doesn't mean I'm lost. Maybe peace can find me without asking what it cost. I'm a little less lonely tonight, with the soft keys holding me near. A little less heavy inside, a little more willing to be here. I'm a little less lonely tonight, not healed but slowly alright. In this warm and quiet light, I'm a little less lonely tonight. The city fades behind the glass, a silver car goes drifting past. I let the silence sit with me, like an old friend patiently. No one calls and that's okay. Some nights are meant to end this way. With every note I come undone and feel myself become someone. I'm a little less lonely tonight, with the soft key holding me near, a little less heavy inside, a little more willing to be here. I'm a little less lonely tonight, not healed but slowly alright. In this warm and quiet light, I'm a little less lonely tonight. I won't rush the morning in, I won't fight the place I'm in. If the dark can feel this kind, maybe I'll be fine. I'm a little less lonely tonight, the world feels softer than before, a little more open inside, a little less afraid of the door. I'm a little less lonely tonight, not alone the way I was. The music leaves a tender light where the silence used to hurt. Single piano notes, quiet room tone, just one small light, and I'm alright. Soft tires passing through shallow water, neon light reflected on the road. The street is empty, but it glows like it still has somewhere kind to go. Warm rain falls on the avenue, turning gray into gentle blue. No footsteps rush, no voices stay, just little rivers finding their way. I watch the lights move on the ground, so much peace without a sound. The piano leans into the night and makes the lonely corners bright. Maybe empty doesn't mean nothing lives here anymore. Maybe quiet streets can lead to a softer open door. Warm rain on empty streets, falling slow beneath the light. Every drop feels less like sorrow, more like peace arriving tonight. Warm rain on empty streets, washing through the afterglow. I don't have to chase the morning, I can let the evening go. A red sign hums across the lane, like a heart that learned from pain. The windows shine, the night breathes in, and something new begins within. I used to fear the roads alone, the long way back, the unknown. But now the rain walks next to me, soft as old piano keys. Warm rain on empty streets, falling slow beneath the light. Every drop feels less like sorrow, more like peace arriving tonight. Warm rain on empty streets, washing through the afterglow. I don't have to chase the morning, I can let the evening go. No crowded room, no hand to hold, still the dark doesn't feel so cold. There is comfort in the space where my heart can find its pace. Warm rain on empty streets, I feel lighter than before. Not because 'cause the past is gone, but it can't close every door. Warm rain on empty streets, softly leading me along. In the hush between the lights, I remember I belong. Sparse piano, distant water on pavement. The road shines low, and I walk slow. Soft switch clicking, one small lamp left glowing near the piano. Only one light stays behind, like a little piece I came to find. The cups are clean, the chairs are still. The night rests on the windowsill. I hear the piano breathe one note, like a letter I never wrote. The room is quiet, but not gone. It holds the warmth of every song, and all the weight I brought inside feels lighter in the amber light. I don't need the night to give me every answer, just a softer place to leave what I can't carry. The last light in the cafe is shining soft for me, not bright enough to blind the dark, but warm enough to see. The last light in the cafe holds the evening slow, and when the final song is done, I know I can let go. The street outside is half asleep. The rain is dried along my sleeve. I used to fear the quiet end, but now it feels just like a friend. Every song has led me here, through tired days and hidden tears. Not to erase what I have known, but teach my heart to feel like home. The last light in the cafe is shining soft for me, not bright enough to blind the dark, but warm enough to see. The last light in the cafe holds the evening slow, and when the final song is done, I know I can let go. So let the piano fade, let the silence stay. I am not the same as when I walked in today. A little less heavy, a little more kind, a little more ready to leave the past behind. The last light in the cafe glows like a quiet prayer, a small and gentle reminder that healing happened here. The last light in the cafe follows me through the door, and I leave a little lighter than I ever was before. Only sparse piano, soft final crackle, room tone fading. Turn down the light, but keep the warmth. Good night, cafe. I'm going home. corner by the window where the morning sits alone. A cup of coffee, half a letter, and a light that feels like home. I leave the noise outside, let the silence take my hand. For once, I don't need answers. In this cozy corner cafe, I can breathe a little slow. Every worry turns to vapor in the golden coffee glow. In this cozy corner cafe, time forgets where it should go. And my heart, so tired of running, finds a softer place to know. Someone laughs behind the counter. Sugar melts into the cream. Rain is tapping on the sidewalk like a rhythm from a dream. Maybe peace is something simple, not a miracle, not a sign. Just a chair beside the window and a quiet frame of time. In this cozy corner cafe, I can breathe a little slow. Every worry turns to vapor in the golden coffee glow. In this cozy corner cafe, all the heavy feelings fade like the last note of a piano in the warmth the morning made. The cup grows still, the rain moves on, and I feel less alone. Soft kettle clicking off, tea poured slowly into a small cup. The water sings, then disappears into the quiet of the room. Midnight sits beside my chair with gentle hands and silver air. I make some tea, I lower the light and let the day fall out of sight. No one is coming through the door, but I don't fear that anymore. The piano moves in tender lines and gives my heart a little time. Maybe being alone can feel warm, not cold, when I stop asking silence for someone else to hold. Midnight tea for one, underneath the fading moon. I am softer than I was in this quiet little room. Midnight tea for one, no sorrow left to prove, just a cup between my hands and a heart beginning to move. The window keeps the city far, the spoon rests still beside the jar. I breathe in slow, I let out more than I was carrying before. The past may knock, but not too loud. It fades into the evening cloud, and in the steam I start to see there's still a home inside of me. Midnight tea for one, underneath the fading moon. I am softer than I was in this quiet little room. Midnight tea for one, no sorrow left to prove. Just a cup between my hands and a heart beginning to move. I don't need the night to end, I don't need to call it pain. Some quiet hours become a friend when they learn to speak my name. Midnight tea for one, warm enough to keep me here. Not alone the way I thought, not as lost as I feared. Midnight tea for one, and the piano softly knows healing doesn't always bloom. Sometimes it simply glows. Sparse piano cup placed gently down. The tea grows still, and I feel home. Soft cafe lights dimming one by one. The last piano note still hanging in the room. I stayed where the silence began, with the evening resting in my hands. The table slept, the windows glowed, the street outside was moving slow. I didn't wanna leave too soon. This quiet felt like a small moon. A gentle song crossed through the air and found the tired places there. No need to speak, no need to mend. I stayed until the music ends. Maybe peace is just a moment we don't rush, a softer kind of healing that begins in hush. I'll stay until the music ends, until the last note fades away, until the weight inside my heart is somewhere warm to stay. I'll stay until the music ends in this tender evening light. If the world can wait outside, I can breathe again tonight. The piano held the room so still, like time had softened by the windowsill. I let the old days pass me by without asking them to say goodbye. The night was not a lonely place, it wore a calm and gentle face, and every note so slow and clear made me glad that I was here. I'll stay until the music ends, until the last note fades away, until the weight inside my heart is somewhere warm to stay. I'll stay until the music ends in this tender evening light. If the world can wait outside, I can breathe again tonight. To hurry toward the door, no need to carry anymore. Some songs don't ask us to be strong. They only help us move along. I'll stay until the music ends, until the silence feels like home, until I'm not afraid to sit with the quiet on my own. I'll stay until the music ends, and when the final chord is through, I'll leave a little lighter than the person that I knew. The music ends, but peace stays too. Soft paper lanterns swaying outside, rain tapping gently on its warm glow. A little light moved in the rain, like hope that didn't need a name. The street was quiet, almost blue, with every window fading through. I watched the lanterns softly shine, like they were holding borrowed time. No bright answer, no clear sign, just warm gold in the silver night. The piano played beneath the air and made the dark feel less unfair. Maybe hope is small, but it knows how to stay, even when the sky turns everything to gray. Lanterns in the rain, still glowing through the night. Little hearts of amber, holding on to light. Lanterns in the rain, soft above the street, teaching tired souls how to shine quietly. I used to think I needed more, a perfect road, an open door. But tonight the world feels kind, in every light the rain can't hide. A gentle drop, a quiet flame, nothing here remains the same. Still something warm keeps burning through, like a promise I once knew. Lanterns in the rain, still glowing through the night. Little hearts of amber, holding on to light. Lanterns in the rain, soft above the street, teaching tired souls how to shine quietly. Storm to end to feel safe again. Sometimes peace is just a glow that follows where I go. Lanterns in the rain guide me slowly home, not too bright but bright enough to make the dark feel known. Lanterns in the rain, gentle, warm and clear, even in the quiet gray, there is light still here. Sparse piano, rain fading softly, one small flame, and I'm not afraid. Soft glass cup placed near the window, distant bicycle bell passing outside. I found a table by the light where the world felt kind tonight. The window held the evening blue, and softened every thought of you. A little cup, a folded sleeve, a quiet place where I could breathe. The piano moved like candle smoke through all the words I never spoke. No heavy heart, no need to hide, just peace sitting by my side. Maybe I don't need a perfect place to heal, just one gentle corner where everything feels real. At the quiet table near the window, I let the evening stay. All the weight I carried in slowly slipped away. At the quiet table near the window, under warm and fading light, I found a softer kind of hope waiting there tonight. A stranger laughed across the room, then silence settled back too soon. I watched the street lights start to glow and felt my tired breathing slow. No need to chase another sign, no need to fix this heart of mine. The music knew what I could not and gave me back what I forgot. At the quiet table near the window, I let the evening stay. All the weight I carried in slowly slipped away. At the quiet table near the window, under warm and fading light, I found a softer kind of hope waiting there tonight. Some peace arrives without a name, a little different, still the same. A cup, a song, a room that glows, a heart that finally knows. At the quiet table near the window, I am lighter than before. Not because the past is gone, but it owns me less than before. At the quiet table near the window, I can sit with who I am, and in the hush between the notes, I begin again. Sparse piano, distant bicycle bell fading, the window glows, and I feel home. Soft curtain moving near an open window, early air entering the room. The night is still but not so heavy. Something quiet tells me I am ready. I used to fear the morning light, like it would ask too much of my life. But now the dark begins to thin, and I can feel the calm come in. The piano plays a simple phrase, like sunlight learning softer ways. No need to know what comes ahead, I only need this peaceful breath. Maybe hope is not a flame burning through the sky. Maybe it's a little room where I don't have to hide. Tomorrow feels gentle, not far, not cold, like a hand on my shoulder, like a story still untold. Tomorrow feels gentle, soft beneath the blue, cup is empty but still warm. The window holds a quiet dawn. I leave the weight of yesterday where the evening fades away. No grand promise, no perfect sign, just a slower peace becoming mine. And every note that falls tonight makes the morning feel more kind. Tomorrow feels gentle, not far, not cold, like a hand on my shoulder, like a story still untold. Tomorrow feels gentle, soft beneath the blue. I don't have to rush my heart to become something new. I'll meet the day with open hands, no need to fully understand. Some roads begin with just one breath and a little trust inside the chest. Tomorrow feels gentle, I can almost see a warmer light, a quieter sky waiting patiently for me. Tomorrow feels gentle and I'm not afraid tonight. The dark has taught my tired heart how to recognize the light. Sparse piano, soft morning air. The night lets go and I move slow. Raindrops slide down the glass. One piano note opens the room. The window wears a silver veil. The streetlights melt into the rain. I sit beside a quiet table, letting music hold my name. No need to speak too loudly, no need to understand. The evening knows my heart. Rain on window, piano slow. Tell me where soft feelings go. Every note falls like a prayer in the quiet cafe air. Rain on window, gentle sound. Wrap the night around me now. In this room of gray and gold, I feel less afraid to grow. A candle leans beside my coffee. The old clock turns without a sound. Some memories pass like weather. Some stay warm when they come around. Maybe peace is not forgetting. Maybe time is kind and slow, like rain that writes upon the window, then disappears before we know. Rain falls like a prayer in the quiet cafe air. Rain on window, gentle sound. Let the heavy world calm down. In this room of gray and gold, I find a softer way to hold. The last note fades, the rain stays near, and the night feels clear. Small lamp switch clicks on, soft room tone. One quiet piano note. A little light wakes up the wall and makes this room feel less small. I don't need a brighter sky, just one safe place to close my eyes. A wooden table, fading steam, a quiet chair beside a dream. The world outside can move too fast, but here the heavy hours pass. The piano finds a tender line and gives a little back to time. I thought hope had to shine like morning breaking through, but sometimes it arrives in the smallest room with you. There is hope in a small room, in the hush of evening blue, in a soft note, in a slow breath, in the heart still coming through. There is hope in a small room, not loud, not far away, just enough to keep me warm until another day. The curtains hold the city glow, the floorboards answer soft and low. I let the silence sit with me without becoming loneliness. I'm not fixed, but I can rest with less weight inside my chest. And every gentle piano key feels like a hand comforting me. There is hope in a small room, in the hush of evening blue, in a soft note, in a slow breath, in the heart still coming through. There is hope in a small room, not loud, not far away, just enough to keep me warm until another day. Maybe peace begins like this, a lamp, a song, a quiet wish. Nothing grand, nothing new, just room enough to make it through. There is hope in a small room where the night is kind and slow. I don't have to see the whole road, just the next small place to go. There is hope in a small room, softly waiting in the air. And for tonight, that little light is more than enough to bear. Sparse piano, lamp hum fading, a little light, and I'm still here. coffee fills a porcelain cup. Midnight leans across the table. City lights begin to blur. An Americano, dark and quiet, holds the words I never heard. I don't fight the silence now, I let it sit with me like an old familiar friend. Midnight Americano glow, warm my hands and moving slow. Every shadow in this room turns to velvet, turns to blue. Midnight Americano glow, tell the night I'm not alone. In this little cafe light, I make peace with my own soul. There's a taxi in the rainfall. There's a song behind the glass. I watch the steam rise from the darkness, like a prayer that learns to pass. Maybe lonely has a beauty when it doesn't ask for more. Just a cup beneath the lamplight, and a heart that's not at war. Midnight Americano glow, warm my hands and moving slow. Every shadow in this room turns to velvet, turns to blue. Midnight Americano glow, let the empty hours flow. In this quiet cafe light, I feel softer than before. The neon fades, the coffee cools, and the night becomes gentle. Soft blanket pulled over tired shoulders. One piano note in a warm, quiet room. I didn't hear the healing start. It moved like warmth around my heart. No bright sign upon the wall, no sudden change, no miracle. Just a slower kind of air, and a little less weight there. The piano touched the room so light, like it was careful with the night. I closed my eyes, I let it stay, and something heavy slipped away. Maybe peace arrives, too quiet to be seen. Not like a storm of light, but like a gentle in-between. Healing comes softly, not all at once. Not like the morning breaking through the dark. Healing comes softly, a breath at a time, until the tired places feel less hard to find. I used to ask the pain to leave before I knew how to breathe, but now I sit with what remains and let the music hold its name. The room is small, the light is low, but something in me starts to know I don't have to win the fight to feel a little warm tonight. Healing comes softly, not all at once, not like the morning breaking through the dark. Healing comes softly, a breath at a time, until the tired places feel less hard to find. The heart, no need to be brand new. A quiet song can carry what words could never do. Healing comes softly, like dust in golden light, like one small note of piano making peace with the night. Healing comes softly, and I finally sometimes being gentle is how the heart begins again. No sound, no hurry, just healing softly. Soft breath on a cold window, fingertip tracing a fading shape. I wrote your name where the glass was warm, then watched it disappear by dawn. The cup was quiet in my hands, the night moved slow across the lamp. I didn't call, I didn't try to pull your shadow from the light. Your name rose softly in the air, then broke apart before my stare. Not every memory has to stay, some are meant to drift away. And I'm learning how to let it fade without losing the good we made. Your name in the steam, gone before it stays. A little ache, a little peace, rising from the page. Your name in the steam, soft against the night. I can miss what used to be and still feel warm inside. The piano plays a gentle line, like it understands the time. A small goodbye, a quiet breath, no heavy tears, no bitterness. I used to hold the past too near, afraid the silence meant you'd disappear. But now I see the kinder truth, letting go keeps some light too. Your name in the steam, gone before it stays. A little ache, a little peace, rising from the page. Your name in the steam, soft against the night. I can miss what used to be and still feel warm inside. Some names become a softer sound, not lost, but no longer bound. A trace of light, a breath, a song, here for a moment, then moving on. Your name in the steam, fading clear and slow. I don't need to hold it tight to keep the love I know. Your name in the steam, under amber light. What once felt like goodbye feels gentle here tonight. Sparse piano, soft cup sound fading. The steam is gone, but I'm not cold. Soft fingers arranging a small glass vase, petals brushing against the table. 3 small flowers in a jar made the room feel less far. Nothing grand, just white and blue, leaning gently into view. Beside a cup, beneath the light, they made a quiet corner bright. I sat there with my tired hands, trying not to make big plans. The piano touched the evening air, like someone saying I am there. Maybe beauty doesn't need a reason to arrive. Maybe small things teach the heart how to feel alive. Small flowers on the table, soft enough to stay. A little color in the room at the ending of the day. Small flowers on the table, simple, kind, and true. Tonight I found a little peace in something small and new. The city moved beyond the glass, but I let every hour pass. No need to chase, no need to mend, just breathe the night in like a friend. A fallen petal near my sleeve reminded me how gently things can leave. Not broken, not erased, just changing in their own soft grace. Small flowers on the table, soft enough to stay. A little color in the room at the ending of the day. Small flowers on the table, simple, kind, and true. Tonight I found a little peace in something small and new. I don't need the whole sky clear, I don't need the answers near. A quiet bloom, a piano line can make this little moment mine. Small flowers on the table, holding up the light. They don't promise anything, but they comfort me tonight. Small flowers on the table in the warm cafe glow. Some healing comes so quietly, you barely hear it grow. Sparse piano, soft room tone fading. 3 small flowers, and I feel lighter. last cup before midnight, steam rising through the quiet light. The cafe door is almost closed. The city hums in softer tones. I hold the warmth between my hands, like something I can understand. No need to fix the whole day now, no need to speak the hurt out loud. The piano says what I could not, in every small and tender pause. And for a moment I let the evening stay, not to remind me, but to carry it away. One last cup before midnight, one slow breath before the dawn. I don't have to be alright, just a little less undone. In the hush before tomorrow, with the rain against the glass, I can leave a little sorrow in the bottom of the cup at last. The lights are low, the table's bare. There's healing in the empty air. A faded song, a gentle key, finds the tired part of me. I used to run from nights like this, from silence and from what I missed. But now it feels like coming home, to sit with peace and be alone. One last cup before midnight, one slow breath before the dawn. I don't have to be alright, just a little less undone. In the hush before tomorrow, with the rain against the glass, I can leave a little sorrow in the bottom of the cup at last. Maybe hope is something small, not a sunrise, not a call, just warm coffee, piano rain, and a heart that softens again. One last cup before midnight, one soft song before I go. The night is still but not empty. There's a light I almost know. In the hush before tomorrow, I feel lighter than I was. I can leave a little sorrow in the bottom of the cup. One last cup. One last cup, and I am enough. Morning light spills over porcelain. A piano wakes beneath the steam. The cafe opens with a quiet glow, sunlight resting on the wooden floor. Someone turns the old sign slow, like yesterday has closed its door. A little sugar, a silver spoon, warm air drifting through the room outside. The city finds its pace inside. The morning leaves us space, and I don't need a perfect sky, just this window and this light. Every shadow learns to fade when the day begins this kind. Stay with me in the golden hour, where the coffee warms the air. Let the world move soft around us, like it knows we're healing there. Stay with me just a little longer in the quiet morning blue. Every broken piece feels softer when the light comes shining through. There's a notebook by the corner seat, half a sentence, half a dream. Maybe life is not so far from becoming what we mean. I used to chase the louder days, neon nights and crowded rooms. Now I find a deeper grace in coffee rings and quiet tunes. And I don't have to know the way, every answer takes its time. Sometimes peace is just a song playing softly in the mind. Stay with me in the golden hour, where the coffee warms the air. Let the world move soft around us, like it knows we're healing there. Stay with me just a little longer in the quiet morning blue. Every tired heart grows lighter when the light comes shining through. Maybe hope is not a fire, maybe it's a candle low. Something gentle on the table, something only silence knows. Maybe love is not returning, maybe it is learning how to sit alone beside the window and still feel whole somehow. Stay with me in the golden hour, where the coffee warms the air. Let the world move soft around us, like it knows we're healing there. Stay with me just a little longer. Let the morning take its time. Every quiet dream grows warmer in this golden cafe light. The piano fades into the sunlight. Coffee steam rises, then disappears. A new day waits beyond the window, soft enough to start from here.